just a poor wayfaring stranger.
Hey y'all, I got a little word for you today. You know, I'm a pretty old feller. I got a pretty good bit of life experience. The title of this video today is Trust and Assumptions. Let's start off with assumptions. Okay, assumptions can be good and they can be bad. The old saying is, you got to be careful of assumptions because they can make an ass out of you and me. It's in the way you spell it. It makes it funny. Anyway, this video we're going to be talking about when you assume that someone is speaking to you in confidentiality. You know, when you're talking to your friends or something like that, you like to assume that your conversation is going to stay between just y'all. Or if you call somebody, you assume that that call is going to be just between you and them, and you assume it won't be recorded, or somebody else ain't trying to be sly and listen on the other end, and they might not be trying to entrap you into saying something, you know, that you're not supposed to say, or talk bad about somebody. You know, that's the kind of stuff that really irks me, is when people get to be manipulative. They try to be entrapping people, because look, I'm the type of guy, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I don't care if you're listening or not. You know, that's just the way I am. I'm upfront about whatever I want to say. That's why I don't put out too many opinions, because a lot of people are not going to agree with my opinions, because they're a little stern, a little harsh in some ways. But when you assume, you put yourself in a dangerous position. Sometimes assumptions can be good. Like, you're driving down the interstate and you see somebody on the shoulder without blinkers or anything on, but you assume they may jump out in your lane in front of you, and you try to go ahead and get over. That's a good assumption. A bad assumption comes to when you're dealing with personal relationships. Never assume that somebody's going to be speaking to you in confidentiality. Always assume that whatever you tell another individual will be out in the daylight. Somebody will hear it. They will tell somebody. You don't need to say things you don't mean. You don't need to say things that might hurt other people's feelings. You know, kind of like what Mama used to say. If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. And, you know, I've had friends that have hurt me, and relationships that have went south, and family that have done horrible things. But, you know, that all comes to trust. And the people that you give your trust to should be a very short list, unless you're surrounded by some very awesome people. Chances of that are pretty slim, though, sadly. I trust a few people. I'm not going to put out an exact number, because people will get their feelings hurt. But those people I know, when I tell them something, it won't go anywhere. I know that if I needed them, they're going to be there. And that's just my advisement to all of y'all, is be careful who you trust. If it's sensitive information, hold it close to yourself. You know, and if it's not so sensitive, let it out there. Sometimes you can test people. You tell them certain things just to see if they're going to roll over on you, if that information is going to get out there. You know, and since I started the YouTube, I have seen a lot of backbiting and drama and, you know, broken trust, and it's sad, but it's the nature of people. And if you study people and you watch how they act, you can prepare yourself for someone to hurt your feelings, or to backbite you, or God knows what else, you know. So be careful who you trust, and be careful what you assume about others, especially while you're in conversation and stuff like that. That's just what's been on my mind. I wanted to share it with you. God bless, and I'll catch you on the next ride.